Well, hello, lovelies. How are you all doing today?
You stole that from the game, Grumps. How dare you? I'm
Did
reporting this. I'm reporting this channel.
Did the game... Wait, oh yeah, Dan does say lovelies.
Mm-hmm.
Who was I thinking? Because I know a few other people who use lovelies.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, it was either going to be that or darling. But then I'd probably have to drop down enough octaves to where I got that twangy southern drawl. Because the word
Well.
darling only really works when you say it that way. Or if your body is a snake from the waist down. Hi, I'm Llytic.
I'm not a snake girl, but I wish I was.
You know, the weird thing is that's not nearly the most just existentially hilarious thing I've heard you say.
Really?
I think the one that made me laugh the most just on a conceptual level is the time that you said you date a trans person if only to spite your dad.
Oh yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Oh God, why?
I don't know. That I just kind of said that.
No, not that.
This waifu bot has weird taste.
Your daddy issues are one thing.
But this is an entirely different issue.
Oh shit, She-Ra?
Yeah, I think I got She-Ra in a different group. Giant.
Wait, spider. Why can't I hurt this spider? Oh, yes. Yes!
I only have one.
God damn it!
I'll save you the spider, how about that?
Okay.
I have to look that up now. Giant Spider and Me, a post-apocalyptic tale.
I've read a bit of that. That's actually kind of a cute one, even if the spider is this weird mix of, like, adorable and horrifying. There's a whole thing, like, this little girl in the apocalypse, while going out to get stuff to make herself some food, ends up just coming across a giant spider monster.
Oh.
Yes.
This is cool.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, welcome to What Are We Reading?
Yep,
we are still continuing with Stephenie Meyer's Pain Parade.
I'd rather not. Why don't we just read the spider thing?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I prefer to finish a Pain Parade.
No, let's be like shitty fanfiction and just end abruptly. Not it.
Mid-sentence.
Yep, and then never update again. This is the last episode of What Are We Reading? After this,
Ever.
we're gonna move on. Yeah, after this, we're gonna move on to What Are We Watching?
We're gonna do nothing but reaction videos, but it's just going to be our audio. Actually, there are kind of stuff like that. They're commentary tracks.
Like what authors do?
I was thinking more like what the people at yourmoviesucks.org do, but I guess so, yeah.
Their movies suck. Nobody care about them.
Yes, Catwoman was a terrible movie. Which is why they riffed on it.
Anyways, you actually want to start, or?
Yeah, sure. Not sure exactly where we are.
If we read just one page, is anybody going to be upset with us?
Probably not. Alright, so basically, for a catch-up and what's just happened, Edward just stopped Bella from getting hit by a truck and now just went to the hospital along with her to go talk to Daddy.
Oh, yeah. They're in the ambulance right now, or no.
I think they just got
the ambulance and they're in the hospital and he's actually going to see his dad.
Yeah, because First priority when we reached the hospital was to see Carlisle. It was easy to find my father's familiar mind, Carlisle. Because I think we did the last line of 64.
Oh yeah, Edward, you didn't?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we are on 65.
No, it's not that.
He took a deep breath. Of course not. I'm sorry I entertained the thought. Your eyes, of course, I should have known. He noted my still golden eyes with relief.
That would be kind of a dead giveaway. Honestly, golden color eyes would just be kind of a dead giveaway that something was a bit off in general, especially before the popularization of colored contact lenses.
Why is this one edgy dude in our school wearing golden contacts?
Why are those allowed with the school dress code?
Exactly. One of their teachers had to be approved at some point. I was like, boy, get those contacts out. And he's like, they're not contacts.
They're my eyes.
And then all of the vampires were discovered because of one angry school teacher.
And then the apocalypse happened. We ended up with In the Company of Death, a book written by a person known for reviewing vampire fiction.
Oh, I
First
thought.
part of the trilogy. It's literally a zombie apocalypse, but it turns out that vampires decided to reveal themselves afterwards and are protecting some of the humans for repayment of blood.
Yeah, we don't like zombie blood, so we need you humans alive, kinda.
We need humans alive.
So are they all just kind of trapped as like cattle, or is it a bit more of a nice relationship than that?
For the most part, a nice relationship because, there are some asshole-ish world domination type vampires, but it's kind of a whole thing of, well, it's either we have go out there and try to fend for ourselves, we join this paramilitary group that started up, or we let ourselves be protected by vampires who will slowly, little by little, take our blood.
Military blood donation. Military blood donation.
Basically. But it turns out that the title is very literal due to the fact that one of the characters is literally Death.
Oh.
Yes.
So is Death a vampire? Or is he
No,
just
Death's Death.
No, he's just kind of chilling there too, because the world's about to explode.
Some shit went wrong. He can't exactly use the powers he's supposed to be able to, so people aren't exactly dying. People are able to actually die, but that's also not stopping them from becoming zombies.
Oh. So that's why there's zombies. Death fucked up.
Don't think that's quite the reason, but at the same time, it's the first part of a trilogy, so.
Oh. Is there more out yet?
I think so. Not sure, I'd have to check.
Is the next one called Cooking with Death?
Alright. She's hurt though, Carlisle. Probably not seriously, but...
Sorry, I'm actually trying to look it up now, and I found Kissed by Death, the reverse harem romance.
What?
Gods of Death Trilogy, Book 2.
I think that's a different series.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah. And then where are we? Start over?
Your line is what happened.
What happened?
Stupid car accident. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but I just couldn't stand there, let it crush her.
Start over. I don't understand. How were you involved?
Well, you see, Daddy.
Daddy.
A van skidded across the ice, I whispered. It stared at the wall behind him while I spoke. Instead of a throng of framed diplomas, he had one simple oil painting, favorite of his. An undiscovered Hassam. Ah, God, allergies. She was in the way. Alice saw it coming, but there wasn't time to do anything but really run across the lot and shove her out of the way. No one noticed, except for her. I had to stop the van too, but again, nobody saw that, besides her. I'm sorry, Carlisle. Didn't mean to put us in danger, Daddy.
He circled the desk and put his hands on my shoulder.
Shit, goddammit, voice effect. You did the right thing, and it couldn't have been easy for you. I'm proud of you, Edward. Thanks,
Yeah,
Daddy.
because you probably told her you ran across the lot to save her, right?
No, I
Right?
told her that I was right next to her the whole time. You did what? I raised an idiot. I didn't even raise you. You've just always been an idiot. I saved an idiot from scarlet fever.
I could look him in the eye then. She knows there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, you keep mean mugging her.
Yeah, pretty much.
That doesn't matter. If we have to leave, we leave. What has she said?
I shook my head, a little frustrated. Nothing yet.
Yet?
She agreed to my version of events, but she's expecting an explanation.
He frowned, pondering this.
She hit her head. Well, I did that. I continued quickly. I knocked her to the ground fairly hard. She seems fine, but I don't think it'll take much to discredit her account.
I felt like a cad just saying the words. You sound like a cad. Using the word cad.
I don't know what a cat is.
It's a UK-based insult.
Apparently, I looked it up. A man who is dishonorable, especially towards women.
Of course it has that direct connotation.
Yep.
I still prefer the word bastard just because the insult is predicated entirely on the person existing. The worst thing you did is exist, you bastard.
Carlo heard the distaste in my voice. Ugh. Sorry, cads make me sick.
I'd hope spousal abuse makes you sick.
Perhaps that won't be necessary. Let's see what happens, shall we? It sounds like I have a patient to check on. Daddy, please! One of the doctors runs in.
Please, Daddy, I said. I'm so worried that I hurt her.
Carlisle's expression brightened. Oh yeah, you hurt the shit out of her. He smoothed
Several
his
concussions.
I didn't even know somebody could have concussions plural. Just a few shades lighter than his golden eyes, and he laughed.
It's been an interesting day for you, hasn't it?
Oh my gosh, I can just see them sitting there without actually saying anything, and then his father just laughs.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but not like an otherworldly way, just in a...
I think the head doctor's crazy.
Yeah, like it's... Like there's stuff like that shit like that almost always works better when you can't see the person who's being talked to. Like, it's better to just have someone by themselves talking to no one than someone talking and acting as if someone is responding when they're just laughing and doing no external signs. Like,
These are very good vampires.
Like, honestly, weirdly enough, a better version of this that instantly comes to mind is, like, interactions between Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus.
Yeah, because he actually reacts to what he says.
Yeah, it's not
A platypus? Barry the platypus?
Do you actually stand him? I just kind of assume that he's... I just always pretend I'm talking about specific movies with him.
Is that what he says?
That's in one of the episodes. Like, he just says that he just, like, says, like, something along the lines of, I just always assume that he's talking about the latest movie.
A vampire? Edward the vampire? Starts laughing.
In his mind, I could see the irony. And it was humorous, at least to him. Quite the reversal of roles. Somewhere during that short, thoughtless second when I'd sprinted across the icy lawn, I had transformed from killer to protector.
No, you should have just let her die.
Now I'm just flashing back to that fucking episode of Lucifer with the pickup artist. You gotta
Thanks
be a
for having
protector!
Oh.
The only thing I agreed with that man on is the very last point, in which you need confidence, because, yeah, no matter which side you're on, you need confidence.
Yeah.
If you're fetishizing shyness, you've got some issues.
Hmm.
And it's not the person you're after, it's merely the fact that they're not saying anything.
Wait a second. If she's not saying anything, she's like the girl on my computer screen. Therefore, the closest thing to a 2D girlfriend is a shy one. Or a mute, but let's not go into that. My wife who doesn't say anything because she's too shy too.
Granted, at the same time, I just don't trust most, like, quote-unquote shy people, because usually once I get past those external layers, they just turn out to be really judgmental.
Really?
Thinking that everyone else is beneath them. Like, I'm not saying all shy people are like that. Just a good number of the ones I've dealt with.
I'm shy because I think I'm better than everyone? Yeesh.
Well, I think it's more that they're blaming other people for their problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm not gonna go down that path. I thought I was pretty shy for a while, but that's because everyone bullied me.
Yeah.
But let's, whatever. What are we talking about? I laughed with him, or...
Yes.
God damn it. His dad just starts laughing and then he does randomly too.
Someone walks in. Did I miss a joke or something?
In his mind, just like, oh god, this man's crazy. And then Edward's just like, oh my gosh. Edward must have had trouble for a while when he could read minds, where he was just like, people were telling jokes in their head and he just starts chuckling because he can hear it.
Honestly, I'm just imagining that one scene out of Bruce Almighty.
Oh?
Where all of a sudden he starts hearing everybody's prayers while he's in the middle of a date. Well, everybody, shut up! It's like gone for a bit and then immediately starts back up again.
Oh my gosh, like everyone actually like heard him say that to them in their prayer.
Well, like in the middle of a crowded restaurant, so...
Oh, he yells that out? Ooh.
Yeah. Interesting movie. A lot better than Evan Almighty.
Really?
Well, yeah, but that's because Evan Almighty was like a poorly done sequel cash-in type thing. So it was like, oh, let's hit the same kind of points, but not do any of what actually worked.
Alright. Remembering how sure I'd been that Bella would never need protecting from anything more than myself, there is an edge to my laugh because, Van notwithstanding, that was still entirely true. God fucking. She's a human. A really determined goose could kill her. Let's be real.
Yeah, a lot of things kill you people.
Yeah. So I don't know what Edward's... Fuck Edward.
If I could get away with actually putting swearing into the titles, I probably would put that.
Oh, you can't, or else the video will be,
It basically means that even if this channel were to have a chance of monetization, that episode wouldn't.
Oh, yeah. I curse a lot, don't I? My bad.
Oh, so do I. But also now, channels are able to get demonetized because of their comment sections. And if you know anything about YouTube, you know why that's a bad idea.
I'm just gonna start commenting on every single YouTube video, really. I'm gonna demonetize YouTube's channel, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
just like the YouTube, like, corporate channel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start cursing in that so that it gets demonetized.
It's like the whole thing is that a few more people pulled out of advertising because of pedophilic comments in videos.
Oh yeah, the like weird volleyball videos people have up, and people
I,
just
I
have.
don't know what videos it was, but
I watched PewDiePie's news thing on it. That's how I know what videos they were talking about because he gave an example of like
uh,
gymnastics or volleyball where people put timestamps of vaguely erotic stuff in it.
why
Yeah,
do
like the
people
original videos weren't
exist?
pedophilic, but people were using them in that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And of
punish.
course,
Why aren't
that's
you
the kind
banning
of thing.
this?
Shit.
Why are you punishing the creators for stuff that I don't know?
And that's also the kind of stuff that you can't screen for via bot.
No, then you're just gonna get people falsely accused.
Oh god.
YouTube's just getting dumb,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's like the only platform, so it can be as dumb as it wants.
It doesn't help that the like the internet is mostly just full of like shitty people.
Yeah,
Which that happens whenever you have that whole screen of anonymity put up. Oh, there won't be any repercussions for me being a shitty person, so who cares? I'll say whatever I want because they aren't gonna get back at me.
how's
I
Tumblr doing after it banned all the porn?
think a lot of the porn artists moved to Pornhub, but that's because Pornhub sent out a tweet saying that they were free to join.
I didn't even know Pornhub did images.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if there were some up there, considering the weird stuff you could find on there. I mean, don't even get me started on Ryan Creamer. Those of you who don't know, that's the guy who did the disinfecting the casting couch video.
Yep, there's a photos and gifs section on Pornhub. That's right, on college internet, I just looked up Pornhub.
Well, yeah, they only banned it for like a few days before people got upset.
Did they really do it at our school? Or at our
Yeah,
college?
they tried.
No
It
way, and
didn't
people got
last
upset
long.
about. People actually got upset about that.
Yeah, because there are people in the dorms. It's like, oh, my only chance to masturbate is when I'm in the dorms using the school Wi-Fi. What do you expect him to do? Go to a friend's house?
But like, who do they complain to about that and why? Who
They just,
legitimately was sat down and they're just like,
I think there were like
this is not
emails
okay.
sent and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can see that, but still.
Yeah.
Emails are sent like, let me have Pornhub back, please, damn it.
But honestly, like the thing I find hilarious about Ryan Creamer in particular is that because of him, I found out that if you get like a certain amount of followers on Pornhub, the site actually gives you a Letterman jacket,
That's just impressive.
and he got his early.
Early?
Yeah, like he didn't have the required amount of followers on Pornhub, but
But everyone
because
just
of
likes
how
his
much
stuff.
people loved his videos, like they just decided to give him one.
That's nice. Isn't it the video for that called like I offer you my jacket too?
I
It's
think
the
there's one of
Pornhub
those.
Letterman.
Another one is I take a shower and there's no funny business, and I think he's in like a suit in the shower.
Oh, so you don't see anything?
Nope, it's just him showering in a suit with a camera. There's another one is I hold hands with my ebony girlfriend as she talks about her day.
Ebony? Wow.
I ride a taxi and don't have sex with the driver is another one.
Yeah.
Like his stuff is just like the greatest kind of like thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
How like hilarious it is to me.
I think it's pretty funny too. I mean, kind of backwards. I wish I was clever enough to think of that.
Granted, there's a lot of non-pornographic stuff on Pornhub that's just absolutely like, what the hell?
Really?
Yeah, one of them was like someone posted like a video of themselves and it's titled like Asian girl talks to you so you can masturbate despite your depression. Or like reassures you or something. And it's just like her in front of the camera talking to you.
Just normally? Or is it actually on the subject of reassuring you? That's what I want to know.
I think I haven't seen the video itself. I've seen the thumbnail. And then there's also the whole
Pornhub edition.
There's also the whole thing of with the site, because a lot of the porn is put up there by users of the site themselves. One of the funniest things I ever saw was like someone in the comments asking, "Hey, what do you like and what do you think of the new Spider-Man game?" And one of the porn stars from the video commented, like replied.
Really?
Yes. It was like replied verified user. It's like, yeah, I think it's all right.
What a weird question to ask someone. What do you think of the new Spider-Man game?
Hey, sometimes you gotta ask your favorite creator what they think of something.
Is that why nobody asks you for anything?
Well, yeah, because they've never seen me getting plowed.
At least not yet. What?
But if they check out my videos under the name Joel the Jackhammer Smith,
they might get their answer.
Oh yeah, we're bringing back that joke. Anyway, I waited alone at Carlisle's office, one of the longer hours I had ever lived, listening to the hospital full of thoughts.
Ugh, so many thoughts these days.
Yeah, I hate how they invade my mind and never shut up.
Tyler Crowley, the van's driver, looked to be hurt worse than Bella, and the attention shifted to him while she waited her turn to be x-rayed. Carlisle kept in the background, trusting the PA's diagnosis that the girl was only slightly injured. This made me anxious, but I knew he was right. One glance at his face and she would be immediately reminded of me, of the fact that there was something not right about my family, and that might set her talking. Yeah, so why does your son stare at me like all the time?
Who are you and why are you so pale? Looks at name tag. You look nothing like him.
I really wish it was just like the dad just kind of looked at her. It's just like, why are you so pale?
Fucking Phoenix, Arizona. How the fuck? Pale ass motherfucker. Oh god. She certainly had a willing enough partner to converse with. Tyler was consumed with guilt over the fact that he had almost killed her. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, what?
And he couldn't seem to shut up about it. I could see her expression through his eyes. It was clear that she wished he would stop. How did he not see that? Maybe because he's in shock.
Yeah.
It was already stated that he was worse injured than Bella. For all you know, he could have broken several ribs.
Well, I mean, Edward's not gonna smash him, so, you know, he doesn't care. Because Edward's just
but he should.
You want him to care, or you want him to smash him?
The second, it would make for a much more interesting story.
Do we even know anything about that guy?
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
I think after around the time that the Twilight movie came out, one of the jokes was Team Tyler's car.
No.
Yeah.
Team Tyler's car?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Because, hey, it almost ended the series prematurely. Frankly, I'm on Team Mustache Dad, but...
Can I just be on, Team, fuck, I don't know. Team, manga, how about that?
So you want the manga adaptation of Twilight?
Yeah, Team manga adaptation of Twilight.
Actually, how does Alice look at that one? Probably generic.
Yeah, or highly stylized.
True. It did look kind of like a shoujo, so might be the case.
Yeah, probably, most likely.
Just remind me of the fact that I have a habit of looking into the authors of different manga that I find, and I found that a lot of shoujo authors are men, and a lot of like shonen authors are women.
Wonder why.
That the guys are writing stuff for teenage girls, and the girls are writing stuff for teenage guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because the girls are better at drawing tits.
Got him. That actually makes perfect sense, though.
Yeah, the majority of pinups and like ecchi stuff you see are like drawn by women. And that's not just talking about like manga and that stuff. I'm also talking about like Western stuff too.
I could just picture like some guys just like, I'm having trouble drawing this woman. She's just, too hard for me to draw. And then some woman just kind of shows up, shoves him aside, like, I fucking got this. Get out of the way, nerd.
Takes one look. What the fuck is wrong with the tits?
Yeah, it's like, this is how you draw titty. I've had these my entire life. I know how to draw them, damn it.
Suddenly Sendoche's entire career makes sense. Those of you who don't know, that's the lady who does Elf Sen Can't Lose Weight. It was actually kind of an interesting thing, because it turns she accidentally like revealed that she was a woman on Tumblr, and so people started asking questions about her. And of course, if you know anything, like one of her response was, "Oh, I'm a BBW," and then later did a self-portrait and said, "I lied, I'm not beautiful."
But I am.
But BBW stands for Big Beautiful Woman.
I thought it stood for Big Black Woman.
No.
So sorry about that. I don't know where I got my information for that, but it was clearly false.
I don't know either.
So is she still a big woman, though?
Yeah.
Ah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, I was just trying to say there's anything wrong. It's just like, psych.
Psych, I'm not beautiful.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. They're just like, lol, psych, I'm not beautiful. Don't worry, you're still beautiful on the all sides. Yeah, let's go with that.
Artistically.
Don't worry, you know how to draw a good titty. It's fine. Anyways.
You know how to draw an elf with a crippling French fry addiction.
And I respect that. Teach me how to draw to.
I mean, Oga-sen is best character.
In what again?
Elf-sen Can't Lose Weight.
Elf-sen Can't Lose Weight? Ooh.
It's basically like a bunch of like fantasy like characters like came over to the real world, ended up getting hooked on like modern food, and shit, and are trying to get back into like fully back in shape. And
but
so
they
you
can't.
Have like, yeah.
So they've just become modern people.
Yes, except of course you have the fact that they're still all fantasy races.
Yeah. I'm just hoping there's like a super Chad ogre, though.
There is an ogre woman, like 7 foot tall, muscular, but has just like this slight beer gut.
So she's got what is akin to a dad bod, but she's a woman. She's got the dad bod beer belly. Is that what you're telling me?
Little bit, yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
It's like a dark elf that basically works at a convenience store, so she spends all her time standing behind a counter, and so that ended up like resulting in like some fluid buildup in her lower body.
Fluid buildup? Oh, is that what that's called?
That's something like that. Basically a result of not actually using your lower body to move around.
Oof. I didn't know there was an actual medical problem you could get from that kind of work.
Yeah, it's kind of the whole thing. Standing desks are bad, just as bad for you as sitting desks. Because the whole thing is that you're not moving.
And you need to move, mate.
Yeah. It's kind of the whole
That's...
thing is like, it's just like with losing weight, the best way to lose weight is to burn more calories than you're ingesting. If you're not moving, you're kind of fucking yourself up health-wise.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was it your line or my line?
I don't even fucking know.
I'll fucking start then. There was a tense moment for me when Tyler asked how she'd gotten out of the way.
Hold on. What? I am so sorry. This is so unprofessional.
Okay, there?
Yeah. There was a tense moment, right?
Yes.
There was a tense moment for me when Tyler asked how she had gotten out of the way.
I waited, not breathing, as she hesitated. You don't have to breathe. You don't breathe. You only breathe to talk. I waited, existing.
You can exist all you want, but haha, I had a joke here, but he heard her say. Then she paused for so long that Tyler wondered if his question had confused her. Finally, she won. Edward pulled me out of the way. How did Edward get over there? He wasn't next to you.
He ran like shit.
He really could have said that, but no,
Yeah,
Edward.
he could have said that it was like an adrenaline rush or something.
But no, Edward's just stupid.
Well, he is over 100 years old.
100
I
years of
exhaled.
stupid!
Then my breathing accelerated. I never heard her speak my name before.
Really? Is that what he's worried about?
I liked the way it sounded. Even just hearing it through Tyler's thoughts. I wanted to hear it for myself.
Eduardo Coleno, she said. When Tyler didn't realize who she meant, I found myself at the door, my hand on the knob. The desire to see her was growing stronger. I had to remind myself of the need for caution. Yeah, he thinks he's so popular and everyone in school loves him, but Tyler doesn't know who the fuck he is.
The fuck is Edward? You know, pale, weird. Oh!
Oh, the weird guy! And he's just like standing in the door like, wait, everyone thinks I'm weird? What?
You just never realize because no one ever thinks about him. He was standing next to me.
Colin? Huh? That's weird. I didn't see him. I could have sworn. Wow. It was all so fast, I guess. Is he okay?
I think so. He's here somewhere, but they didn't make him use a stretcher.
I saw the thoughtful look on her face, the suspicions tightening of her eyes, but these changes in her expression were lost on Tyler. Probably because he's fucking delirious, I guess, or just he's fucking hurt.
No, it's much stupider. Much stupider. She's pretty. He was thinking almost in surprise. Even all messed up. Not my usual type. Still, I should take her out. Make up for today.
I'm just picturing like, she's pretty. For a girl. It was at this moment that Edward realized Tyler was gay.
Oh. What? Plot twist. Bella's actually butch as fuck. Yes!
Oh gosh! If anyone could have stopped that van, it was Bella.
Again, I think that most of these series could probably be helped out by having the main characters have more atypical, less standard body types.
Oh gosh, I'm just picturing buff Natsuki, but it's Bella.
Okay, I wasn't going quite that. I was thinking more Zarya.
That works too, but either way, buff boys. Or buff girls in this case, but still.
Bella Swole bicep.
Yeah, Bella Swole, not Bella Swan.
The question is, which side of the family does she get it from? Turns out Mustache Cop is jacked as fuck.
No wonder he does. No wonder that the Cullens don't mess with the cops. He's on the force.
He doesn't need to shoot you. He can throw the gun and do just as much damage.
Officer Mustache, they're getting away. Not if I could help it. Just yeets the fucking gun.
Just puts a hole in the car.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh god, they try to run him over. You just see his feet slightly get embedded into the asphalt.
Jesus Christ.
There's just these two trenches. Also, the fact that his immediate thought is, I should make it up to her by taking her on a date. I'm sorry, but you're not Lucifer Morningstar. The you as a gift doesn't work. I'd like to give everyone here a gift. Me!
I swear, there's probably someone who's actually said that before.
Yeah, so they probably weren't as charismatic as good old Lucy Boy.
Yeah, probably.
Any of you out there, if you haven't watched Lucifer, do it, it's amazing.
Nah, don't watch that. Watch, I don't know any shows, actually, so you know what? Go ahead and watch it.
I mean, after all, at least it's not like the existential nightmare that is the mere existence of Supernatural. It's been going on for like 14 years now.
Really?
It's still going.
Wow.
It's like over a decade. Like, are the actors okay?
Are you sure they haven't, like, actually turned into their characters? And, you know, go around actually doing what they do in Supernatural?
Oh, God. So it's like Ghost Chasers episode?
I don't know what that means, but sure.
There's basically like a group of amateur ghost hunters in the series that have like their own web series where they just film themselves trying to find ghosts.
No fucking way.
Yep.
Do they actually find any ghosts?
Yeah. And the Winchesters have to save their asses.
No.
I'm like, if memory serves, they fucking hate the Winchesters.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the whole thing of like, imagine you were a professional at something and then you had someone running around treating it like a game. Now imagine that something was something that gets people killed.
Oh, yee. Take this seriously, please, sir.
Yeah. Like, no wonder the Winchesters don't treat them like adults.
Yeah, I could see that now.
I believe it's your line.
I
was out in the hall.
What?
I was out in the hall.
You were out in the hall? What were you doing
That's
in
your
the hall?
line.
My line?
Yes.
Why is my line in the hall?
God damn it!
I was out in the hall, then, halfway to the emergency room, without thinking for 1 second about what I was doing. Luckily, the nurse entered the room before I could. Was this scene during the actual show, or book, or?
Might have been. Because I do remember them meeting in the hospital.
Oh, I don't even remember hospital scene. But then again, I never really watched the movie. I'll admit that.
I might need to rewatch them at some time, but also that would probably be for like a full-blown analysis video on like the pathos and like morals and such of the series.
There are morals in this series.
There's morals to every series. It's just whether or not like they're any
They're
good.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, Con Air is a movie that tells you that gay people, black people, and immigrants are out to destroy America.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, your hero is a down-home Southern boy with a thick drawl, ex-military, got put into jail for accidentally killing someone during a slight PTSD moment, and your villains are include a hyper-flamboyant gay stereotype, a big black gang member, and an illegal immigrant. I do believe that John Malkovich's character is European. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Europeans are evil. I will give them that.
Only if you're in the South.
Those dang Europeans.
Yes, like the movie is straight up like far right propaganda.
Oh gosh.
It's entertaining,
but it's also propaganda.
Yeah, but like every series, every like piece of media has a moral of some point, in some way. The question is always more: is it intentional, or is this merely the creator's worldview rubbing off?
Which one is it for Con Air or whatever?
For Con Air, I think it might be intentional.
Oh no! And in this one?
This one's probably unintentional. It was probably just that the author was trying to create a supernatural love story, and it just turns out that she has some deep-seated sexist views in her due to how she was raised. It's kind of the whole thing of, I don't think that Tommy Wiseau made The Room intending to have a movie be about how you need to beat women. It's merely the message that came across.
Whoops.
Which, weirdly enough, if you actually look into things, around the time he was writing the script, his girlfriend broke up with him. Yeah. And the plot of the movie has to do with the main character's fiance, cheating on him with his best friend.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then going around claiming that the main character was hitting her.
Oh. Ooh.
So it's pretty clear that Tommy's views on women aren't too progressive.
Especially after he got broken up with.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's an angry boy.
Oh, yes.
Alright, though. It's my line still, if I recall, right?
I believe so, yes.
In that case, boneless pizza.
Dead meme. Very dead meme. Dead on arrival meme.
I like dead memes, though.
There's a difference between an entertaining dead meme and a bad one.
Let's see. X-rays are leaning against the wall in the dark nook just around the corner and try to get a grip on myself while she was wheeled away.
Creeper.
Yeah.
With your perverted friend here. It didn't matter that Tyler thought she was pretty. Anyone would notice that. I'm suddenly getting flashbacks to the whole thing of the appeal of the original books being the fact that the main character didn't think that she was attractive, which was therefore supposed to appeal to the insecure teenage girl demographic.
Oh.
Which is why the majority of your anime protagonists are described as plain and not too terribly attractive.
Oh, because they're trying to play off that too?
Yes, predatory writing. You're all being duped.
There's predators in the writing. They're gonna eat me.
Nah, they'll just rip out your spine and put it on display.
Oh, ooh,
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
oof.
Also, that latest sequel was awful.
Sequel to what?
Predators?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the latest Predator movie.
Oh, that's a shame.
Granted, it ignored all the lore built up and went around saying, oh, the Predators have actually been doing this to harvest human DNA so that they could hybridize, despite the fact that it's actually that they are just a species that enjoys the thrill of the hunt and therefore just go after what they think is going to be the most difficult prey.
Humans aren't even that impressive. They're just all-arounders. I guess that's why they do good, because they're all at the same time.
It's kind of a similar situation to the short story The Most Dangerous Game, in which it's revealed that a man living on a deserted island actually spends his time hunting humans because he finds them to be more dangerous than big game, purely on account of the fact that their intelligence and creativity makes them much more difficult to take down.
Oh. And then he sneaks into his house and kills him that way, if I remember.
Yes, memory serves.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that.
Which isn't quite the same as Arnold Schwarzenegger coating himself in mud and crushing an alien with a log, but that is hung up on a tree, Home Alone style.
Oh, yeah. Kind of forgot that. That is a thing, isn't it?
Honestly, my big disappointment with that is that it never acted on any of the stuff set up in the second Predator movie because of the whole thing. At the end of that, the cop guy, after he kills the Predator that was going around murdering people in the city, the other Predators decloak and give him an old gun that they had, like an old human gun that they had as a prize of, like, winning the fight. Like, oh, hey, you just proved that you were worthy enough. You just proved yourself capable enough to kill one of our own. Here's your prize.
An old
Said gun was like from the 16th century, and there is a comic explaining its origin.
In which a guy from that century kills the Predator, or does he die?
What it is that it belonged to a pirate, and there was an alien on the planet. I mean, there was a predator on the planet at that time who was looking for something to hunt. Came across this powerful pirate in the middle, like powerful pirate captain in the middle of dealing with a mutiny.
Oh.
He was going to kill the pirate captain, but decided that he wanted to keep him alive to fight, because it's not really any good if someone else steals your kill. So literally, there is a scene in the comic in which you have the pirate and the predator back to back fighting the mutinous crew.
Wow.
And then the pirate gets shot by a member of his crew that was hiding, who then gets killed by the predator.
You coward!
Yeah. And the predator takes the gun, and it's basically like one of the whole things with the predators is they are also capable of living hundreds of years. But it was the whole point of that sequence in the movie was to establish the fact that the predators have been checking out Earth for hundreds of years.
Because of the pirate?
Because of the fact that humans are just good at killing each other. And so, like, that was something that could have set up some interesting sequels. You know, ones that didn't take place in the jungle.
But nope, more jungle.
Hey, how about we have a movie in which we have like attacking Spartan soldiers? Can you imagine that? Is that not awesome?
Sounds scary, actually.
Like, some of the most impressive soldiers from all of history versus a predator. But no, let's just have a sequel in which we have a predator trying to track down an autistic kid to steal his DNA. I'm not kidding.
That's No, uh, that that's fucking dumb.
Yes, as was the weird Predadog spliced creatures that were being used as hounds.
So it wasn't even the predators I was fighting, just their weird hounds.
No. There was one predator, and then this weird, like, cyborg predator called Upgrade. That was his name in the script. And said augmented cyborg predator had with him some augmented hound things that were evidently part predator, being as they had predator-like faces and dreadlocks.
Ew.
It's like, wow, you somehow managed to be worse than the movie that had a whole bunch of human criminals kidnapped off the planet and dropped into a fake Earth jungle made on the Predator homeworld. How did you pull that off? I'm sorry, I'd much rather see a Predator go after the actual Yakuza than kidnap a member of the Yakuza and drop him in a jungle.
Oh my gosh, like a predator in this.
Well, like the second movie was a Predator in the city. I think he was in like it was either like Detroit or Chicago.
Yeah, you know where that's not? Japan, where the Yakuza are.
Yeah, but it's like the second movie set up something that would have led to some really interesting ideas, none of which were acted upon.
That's
None.
rather depressing.
Yes. Yes, it is. And we have made barely.
We've made barely a dent, haven't we?
Anyway, anyone would notice that. There was no reason for me to feel. How did I feel? Annoyed? Was angry closer to the truth. That made no sense at all.
I am angry. So angry, guys.
Hangry.
You're hangry, boy? You're a hangry boy? How does it feel to be hangry?
Again, like, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, you want to know a show that did a jealous, preening asshole a lot better than this?
What?
Lucifer!
Lucifer!
At least he has character development.
Alright, yeah, but you're really odd about that show right now.
I need to think of something that makes me happy, and
That does.
yeah, it's just kind of a whole parallel thing of, oh hey, this show also has a character who's a domineering, possessive douchebag. But you know what's different? It's
What?
written competently.
Really? Alright then. Where are we?
I believe it was, your line is, I stayed where I was.
I stayed where I was for as long as I could, but patience got the best of me and I took a back way around to the radiology room. She'd already been moved to the backyard, but I was able to take a peek at her x-rays while the nurse's back was turned.
I felt calmer than when I had. Her head was fine. I hadn't hurt her. Not really.
Carlisle caught me there.
Damn it. Voice modification. Shit. Okay. Fucking hell. You look better, he commented.
The nurse turned around and saw us both staring at each other.
Awkward.
I just looked back. I just looked straight ahead. We weren't alone. The hall's full of orderlies and visitors.
Yes. He stuck her x-rays to the light board, but I didn't need a second look. I see. She's absolutely fine. Well done, Edward.
Sound of my father's approval created a mixed reaction.
Daddy!
Except that I knew that he would not approve of what I was going to do now. He would not approve if he knew my real motivations. You want to stop now or read one more?
Vagina. We've only been going on for an hour.
Yeah, and the
Aye.
lights are off in my room, and I think my room probably wants to go to sleep soon, so.
Oh, got ya. Sure, one more page.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to talk to her before she sees you. I murmur under my breath. Of course he did. Act natural, like nothing happened. Smooth it over. All acceptable reasons.
Carlisle looked absently, still looking over the X-ray. Good idea.
No, I looked to see what had his interest.
Look at all these healed contusions.
Contusions.
Look at all the healed contusions. How many times did her mother drop her? Carlisle laughed to himself at his joke.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Is the explanation for her inability to, like, her immunity to vampire abilities just the fact that she has multiple head injuries?
what a perfect way to be.
That's really stupid.
Perfectly stupid, though.
Beginning to think the girl just has really bad luck. Always in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Maybe. Damn.
You okay?
This whole thing is dumb.
Yes.
I thought it was your line.
No. I just said my line.
Really? What'd you say?
Always in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Forks is certainly the wrong place for her with you.
It's a real place. Forks, Washington.
Hi, I live inside a utensil.
The author only picked it because it was the place in the U.S. with the most overcast weather per year.
That's dumb.
Yes. I flinched.
Youch. Sorry. Give me a moment. Go ahead, smooth things over. I'll join you momentarily.
I walked away quickly, feeling guilty. Perhaps I was too good a liar, if I could fool Carlisle.
When I got to the ER, Tyler was mumbling breath. The girl was trying to escape his remarks, pretending to sleep. Her eyes were closed, but her breathing was not even, and then her fingers would twitch impatiently.
Getting flashbacks to that one headline about, like, the first lady of Japan pretending to not speak English for 3 hours so she wouldn't have to talk to Trump.
I wish I had the ability. Speaking of, would not talk to me.
Oh, yeah. Just start speaking fluent German.
Exactly.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Stared at her face for a long moment. This was the last time I would see her. That fact triggered an acute aching in my chest. I was having a heart attack. Rather impressive, really. It was because I hated to leave my puzzle unsolved. It did not seem like enough of an explanation.
Finally, I took a deep breath and moved into view.
Tyler saw me. He started to speak, but I put one finger to my lips.
Is she sleeping? I murmured.
Apparently not quietly enough, you did not. Bella's eyes snapped open and focused on my face. They widened momentarily and then narrowed in anger or suspicion.
Who is this man? Get out of here.
Fuck are you doing here? Hoot.
Hoots aggressively.
Ah, shit, I need to find that one barn owl gif. I remembered that I had a role to play, so I smiled at her as if nothing unusual had happened this morning, besides a blow to her head and a bit of an imagination run wild.
She screams at me. You weren't next to me! Hey, Edward, Tyler said. I'm really sorry.
Ah, yes, that Pacific Northwest accent. I'm really
Exactly.
sorry about what happened. I raised one hand to halt his apology. No blood, no foul.
Shut up.
If
No
you
blood,
ain't
no
bleeding,
foul.
you ain't hurt. I said wryly. Without thinking, I smiled too widely at my private joke. And on that private joke, I believe that's where we're going to end things for today.
Yeah, privates are a pretty joke.
Yes. Yes, they are. I don't recognize these people.
Me neither. Then again, that's probably because I'm not looking in there.